Okay, so this is the dynamic web scraper with Jina and Gemini. From Jina AI, I get the markdown content, that markdown content, which I then send to Gemini to extract structured output. So get started. For this example, we will try and scrape this website. It is scrapethissite.com. It is for practice purposes, so the scrape is allowed. So we will try and scrape the first 1, 2, 3 pages. And the URL, as you can see, it is easy to reconstruct. So the way this scraper works is I am going with a URL list. Now, every time this may not be possible. So those are more complex scrapes which will need more custom coding. I'm keeping the example simple here. So we have the URL list here. Now, what is the data we want to get? So once we get the markdown, then I will send to Gemini that, okay, please extract so on this data. So this is where you put your column. These are the columns I need, and descriptions to help the AI in case there is some confusion. Here in this case, it's a very straightforward. And there are optional instructions that if you want to give more context to AI, or if there is any complexity in the website, or you want to pull only part of the data. So now here on xlwings Lite, I will just say scrape URLs from the list. So here you go. We got it. That took around 30 seconds. So these are the things we had requested for. So this next example is I'm on the Wikipedia page list of current United States senators. Now, other than the list of senators, it has got a lot of information spread across the whole page. And then we have the senator list here. So in the URL list, I have just given this one page here. This is the URL. So now here in column inputs, I'm saying that again, these are the details which I need: state, name, born, occupation. And in the instruction, I'm now saying that please share senator data only for senators from Alaska and Alabama. So I'll say scrape URLs from list. So here you go. It has pulled out from the 100 senators. It has pulled out the data only for the 2 senators from Alabama and 2 from Alaska. To start, you will need 2 API keys. One is with Jina and one for Gemini API key. So these API keys, it is not advisable to expose it like this. I am sharing these here just for demo purposes. Let's see where you can get the API key. For Jina, you can go to Jina.ai, and there you can just say API, and you'll get the curl command here. This is the command which is used, which I will show you when we do a code walkthrough. And API key is directly here. 1 million tokens are free. That will probably cover, depending on their use case and extraction, anywhere from 100 to 200, between 100 to 200 pages. And otherwise, for paid, the charge is it's $20 for a billion token. So billion token is quite a bit. That will probably cover 100,000 to 200,000 pages, and it is pay as you go based on the usage. You can use it in 1 month, 2 month, whichever. For the Gemini API key, it's very easy. You just head over to aistudio.google.com, log in with your Google account, and here you have to get API key. And in the API key, here you can just say create API key, and it will generate. Here you can choose the default project, and you can just say create API key in the existing project. You will get the API key here. That's it. These are standard kind of parameters typically in a web scrape kind of a request. So request date is how much we should wait between two requests, what to do in case of failure, and what is the timeout is 10 seconds. After 10 seconds, if you don't get a response, then that's a timeout. And proxy, you can also use a proxy. Here I am not using one. So depending on the website and case to case, you might want to, it sometimes helps to tweak this variable to get a better response out. So that's a pretty straightforward example just to demonstrate how that multi-step process can work. But for more complex website, it's going to need more custom coding. So now let's look at the code. This code is already embedded in the Excel file. Code is always embedded here, but let's do a quick walkthrough. So for AI coding, I use Cursor for code generation and as a AI coder. You can use any other LLM. I have also tried out with the free version of ChatGPT. It works very well. Just to show you what kind of responses you get, I'll just run this from the terminal here. So this is, I have hard coded one of the examples. So it is now saved, that it has content saved to script. So first we get the markdown file, which we have got the markdown file here, and it is still running. So the markdown has been sent to Gemini, and Gemini has also shared the response here. So this is the markdown content that we get, for that same hockey team's data. So here I have given one page only. So this is how it comes, nicely in a nice markdown format like this. So this is very easy for a LLM. It is very easy. To LLM, it looks like this, very nicely formatted, right? So it's easy to pull out. From there, when it goes to Gemini, that please pull out so and so fields, then I get the from Gemini, I get the response back in this JSON format. It is very easy to parse and then put it into the Excel sheet as we had seen in that demo. So in the code here, initially we are reading the custom instructions and reading the column definitions and so on. But the basic thing is a two-step process. There are two main functions. First step is to scrape the URL and get the markdown content from Jina AI. So here we are doing a request.get. This is how where I have set it up, and the URL are passed one by one, and then we pass it to Gemini. So this is extract structured data. This function, what it does is, this takes all the markdown content. So these are the various fields it takes. The markdown content it takes as a in. So here the JSON schema is constructed dynamically on the fly based on the column descriptions, and then the rest of the prompt follows, and custom instructions are there, and we are saying you are a web scraping expert, so and so. Extract the so and so details and return it in a JSON array. We are also mentioning that in the prompt, but very important to share the JSON schema. So this is the Gemini URL and this is the request.post. So that's it. You get that and then you get the JSON response and it is parsed and put into that data sheet. So this is the structure output JSON, structure output API call format. So this is exactly what I'm using here. In generation config, I specify this is the JSON schema where this is how I need the exact input back.